Hi everyone. I'm going to do this. This is for you, Sybil. That's Jane Sib 80s. Because you just emailed me about you having problems doing the UT stuff, so I'm going to show you how to do it. And I'm going to use this new mulberry paper, and it's fabulous. Look, it's got little bits of material in here, there, and everywhere. Fabulous it is. Excuse me. So what we're going to do is I cut a sheet in half, folded it in half, folded it again, corner to corner. I'm going to do that once more, like that. I mean, I didn't cut these out by hand, these were done by the machine, but I'm just going to do this one by hand, because I'm going to make this into a butterfly. And what I might do, actually, it's quite thick. Let me just do this. Right. Fold it back up as it was, like that. Okay. And what we're going to do, cut it into a cone. Okay. Oh, my scissors are rubbish. And then do our normal cut as we do. Petal shape. I'm going to have mine a little bit cut out of the top, like that. Yeah, let's just have a look at that. That's fine. In fact, I'm going to round it off a little bit more. Where's my scissors? Because, oh, I'm being silly. And I'm going to take it down like that. Okay, so I'll just get rid of that. And we're just going to need the two for now, so just fold that back up as we had it. Come on, lady, get it right. There we go. Like that. Like that. See what we've got. Yep, that's fine. Yep. And what you're going to do, cut those two out. Like that. Let's get rid of this. I'm going to be needing my tweezers. Move that out of the way. You cut that out, and we'll cut this one out as well. Like that. So that's going to fit onto that. I'm just going to get some roses. Right, what I've done is I've just been and got a little bit of lace. So I'm just going to colour that lace, and I'm going to use, I think, yeah, I might use the candy pink. Although I don't want to do too much to it. It's a bit dark. Let's have a look. Right, Sybil, what I've done so far, because I just got a phone call so I had to break off. I've made the antennae. I've got the roses that I'm wanting. I've also got the trim that I've done, which will be cut down to size. I've got the mulberry paper done. I've edged it in the same stuff as the trim, and all that will blend in together. So I just need to move those out of the way. Because what we're going to do is we're going to emboss it. We're going to make this like a glass one. Okay? And what you do for that, sweetie, is, let me just get, could do with another piece of paper. Wait a minute, sorry. Right, what I've got here is, I've cut my big sheet down to small pieces so that I'm not ruining the whole thing, because I only work in this space anyway. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take the Versamark. I'm going to use the Judykins because it's a little bit wetter than the normal one anyway. I'm just going to soak all of the petals. You can use a pad, it doesn't matter. But I just want to give this a really good soak. And then what I'm going to do with that, take that out. Where's my tweezers? There they are. Get hold of that and pop that in there. To get that going. And then what you do, Sybil, is you just dry that. Emboss that now with the heat gun. Okay. And while that's hot, we're just going to peel it off and pop that back inside, and this will become like glass. But look, what I love about it is this mulberry paper. Fabulous, fabulous paper. There we go. You might need to, we'll do this a couple of times, then you can go over it with the embossing ink just to make sure you get a really good layer stuck. I'm just going to peel it off. And I'm going to do it once more, I think. Oops. It doesn't matter if it doesn't cover it all straight away, it will eventually. I'm just going to leave that to cool down, and I'll be back in a minute. Now, for anyone having problems with the UT, what I suggest you do is you do your first layer and you let that dry, and then, because it just peels off your mat quite easily, and you've got this little bit of UT around it, it doesn't matter, you cut all that off, but do your first layer, then let that cool while you do your next one. Okay, so I'm just going to swap over because I need to do this one again, and while it's like that, all I'm going to do is go over it again with this and just keep doing it this way, so that you're doing each one, each layer, and you're just concentrating on one layer at a time. And what I'm going to do with that, pop that back into my UT like that, take that out, pop that back on there, and then again I'm just going to do this one while that one cools, and then I'm going to swap over again. So there you go. Now I'm not going to do any more to that one because that one in particular has had quite a few layers. So this one I'm just going to, it's cool enough now again to go back over with this like that, pop that back in the UT, pop it back on and heat that up again. And don't forget, this is mulberry paper. You can do it with anything. You asked the question, Sybil, a couple of questions. What gauge of wire am I using for the butterflies? And when you use UT to make the glass butterflies or flowers, are you using paper or fabric? You can use both. I could use card. Anything will do this. Will work with this. Anything at all. It's how you're applying it. Now I think that's quite nice, that I don't want to do my butterfly right, so what we're going to do now, we've got these two here, and I'm just going to glue the top one onto the bottom one, just by the neck bit there. That's all I'm going to do, like that. Basically only, it's just for thickness. You can still bend these up because it's still warm. And slightly bent that one. Like that. I'm not going to be putting these on because I haven't got time to show you, but you just do that with that, exactly the same, and pop them in between like that. But I haven't got time for that, so what I'm doing now is I'm just going to do the trim, and this is the trim that I've got. I'm just going to measure this out. So that's what I'm after. Like that. I'm just putting a little bit of trim down the side. I'm just gonna attach it in the middle like that first. What I will do, oops. I'll just trim that off like that. Make sure these are the same like that. And then I'm putting roses down the middle of mine. Glue, 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 glue. I'll do it this way. I just want the nicer roses. Like that. I'm just doing two, like that. Then, one of those like that. Turn it the other way around. And I've got some antennae to pop on there as well. Like that. Just let that set a minute. And then all you need is some stickles. Just cool that down a little bit. Push that off and that will hold that in place. Oops. And then all I'm going to do now is just to add some glitter, or stickles should I say, to the edge of the wings. Let's pick that up. So I hope that helps you, Sybil. Let each layer dry, and then the very last layer you put on, before it cools down completely, manipulate the petals to the shape that you want them. And there you go. You've got a glass butterfly, and I think that's absolutely stunning. I mean, you can still, do whatever you want with it. But looking at all the fibres underneath, it's fantastic. So apply each layer and then, of course, let it dry before you do the next one. And there you go. Beautiful, beautiful butterfly.